Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus time travelers. I hope you're well. Thank you very much for being here, my moon bebes. Let's take a look now at your prediction for February 2026. I'm recording this on the 7th. I'll release it on the 7th. I'm so sorry that I'm running late on these this month. I've had a lot going on. So for your message this month, keep in mind, as always, it's a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, just take what fits and leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it means that it's someone else's. And be sure to check out your other placements, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said now, Moon Bebes, let's begin. Okay, tapping into the Scorpio collective now. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Scorpio need to know for February 2026? What do they need to prepare for? What do they not see coming for the month of February? Let's get one more shuffle here. Okay, thank you. In the heart of your spread, we have the Ace of Wands. In the top row, Four of Wands, Strength, and the Five of Pentacles. Flanking your Ace of Wands is the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. And in the bottom row, you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have Judgment, and you have the Empress. Little sneak peek now into March. Can't believe I said that. We have the Death card, which is you. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Eight of Cups. And that leaves the Knight of Cups, Two of Swords, Page of Wands here. At the bottom of the deck. You're changing your mind. All right, let's see where we go with this message. I'm trying to move these so you can see most of them in the camera. Okay, let's clarify this now with the After Tarot deck. If you're new here or you've never worked with this deck before, the images are slightly different, the meanings are slightly different, and we'll go through them as necessary for your reading today. Can we clarify this, please, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements? We are clarifying Four of Wands, Strength, Five of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ten of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, and the Empress. The Scorpio collective for February 2026. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Four of Wands is being clarified by the Page of Swords. The Strength card is clarified by the Page of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is clarified by the Seven of Swords. The Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Hanged Man. The Ace of Wands is clarified by the King of Swords. The Ten of Cups is clarified by the Sun. The Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Six of Pentacles. Judgment is clarified by the Queen of Wands. And the Empress is clarified by the Three of Cups. You're sort of waffling on a decision here this month, and then you start to move towards it. In March, we have Knight of Wands. We have Four of Cups. We have the Three of Swords. And that leaves Judgment, High Priestess, Queen of Swords, at the bottom of the deck. I don't know if this is one or two opportunities for you or one or two people. I don't know what's happening here, Scorpio, but you seem to I don't know if I want this. Okay, I'm going to move forward. And then even in March, you're like, I don't know if I want this. And then again, you decide to move forward with it. So let me explain to you what I'm seeing here. In the heart of your spread is the Ace of Wands to the King of Swords. And this is your general energy here for the month of February. Ace of Wands to the King of Swords. I see it very clearly, right? The King of Swords can see clearly. They hold the Ace of Swords. So it's like a breakthrough moment or this aha epiphany moment where you're like, I want something new in my life. I either want a new job in the Ace of Wands. I want to learn a new skill in the Ace of Wands. I want a new relationship in an Ace of Wands. I want to reinvigorate the spark in a current relationship in my life. I want to pursue a creative endeavor, like maybe contemplate or move forward with opening up my own business. Whatever that Ace of Wands is different for all of you. But the one thing you all have in common is throughout the month of February, you are very clear about what that Ace of Wands should be, and that you want it. And that's you, from your higher self, from your higher perspective. You're like, this is what the Ace of Wands should look like, and I've decided I'm going to move towards it. And then during the month of February, you have the opportunity here. You have the Four of Wands to the Page of Swords. So there's communication, information, opportunity to move towards this Ace of Wands. So there's, this is, I don't know how to say this. There's there's two opportunities here. This is why I feel like you're waffling between the two. So your feeling here is, I know exactly what it is that I want. Then you receive communication. Someone here is offering whatever it is here that you want. Strength to the Page of Pentacles, you're holding yourself back from accepting the offer or opportunity that this individual is presenting. So let me give you a basic example. And then that Seven of Swords to the Five of Pentacles real quick. Five of Pentacles, obviously feeling left out in the cold, or maybe having a financial difficulty or emotional difficulty. The Seven of Swords in the After Tarot deck, it's like, I don't want to trip up and do that again. So I'll give you a really basic example. This could be a single Scorpio where like, I'm seeing it very clearly in that King of Swords, right? My higher self, I'm looking at the Ace of Wands and I'm ready to put myself out there and meet someone new. I'm ready to engage in a love partnership. And then it's like you connect with someone and they ask you out on a date and you're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. And I don't think it has anything to do with that person. I think you're second guessing whether or not you want the opportunity, because the Five of Pentacles to the Seven of Swords is like, but what if it doesn't go well? What if they end up ghosting me? What if we have a passionate night and I never hear from them again? You know, this could even be like your person. You could have someone here coming back around again and asking, you know, do you want to talk or do you want reconciliation? And even though part of you, again, is like, well, if that person were to contact me, I would take them back. And it's like, okay, here they are contacting you. And then you're like, oh, geez, I don't know about that because I don't want to feel the way I felt before. Same thing if this offer opportunity, let's say I'm speaking to a Scorpio and I'm not giving you financial advice, but maybe you're deciding, you know what, I need to invest in my long-term financial stability. So maybe you're looking up stuff on the stock market or various investments, and then you receive the offer opportunity to invest and you're like, yeah, I don't know. Last time I put my money in something like that, I lost my money. So there's something like that here. You're waffling a bit because of past hurt or past rejection or past financial loss. It definitely is due to some loss you incurred in the past. You seem reluctant to move forward on something, but you, at the heart of you, you want whatever or whomever this is. But when you're given the opportunity to move forward with it, and that Strength card, you're pulling yourself back. Page of Pentacles to the Hangman. This is what I'm talking about. That Page of Pentacles that you're receiving is right here. You're holding yourself back, and you're holding yourself back from it once again. So again, someone asking you out on a date, presenting you with a job offer, opportunity to take a class, to learn something new, whatever it is here for you, based upon some past loss, emotional or financial, you're reluctant to move towards it. And then you decide to move towards it. The Sun card is the biggest yes card in tarot. It trumps all of the four aces as far as I'm concerned when it comes to yeses in tarot. So then you're like, you know what? I am going to move forward with this because I am very happy, or I want to be happy, or I want to see where this goes. So I'm willing to learn the new thing, or maybe invest a little money in whatever this is, or attempt reconciliation with this person, or go out on a date with a new person. Again, I don't know what the Ace of Wands is for you, but I know that you're sort of waffling here based upon your past experience, and then you decide, in the interest of happiness, I'm a big old yes. I kind of want to see where this goes. So the Wheel of Fortune to the Six of Pentacles, you're like, you're feeling called from within, kind of like, okay, if I'm going to do this, this is the moment to do this. Or I said I was going to start dating, so this person's asked me out on a date, I'm going to go. To like, you know, I'm just going to kind of roll the dice and see where it goes. This person wants to reconcile. Okay, I did originally say if they came back around again, I would be a big old yes, but I'm going to be cautious about it. That's the feeling. So I'm going to learn something new, or contemplate opening up my own business, or go out on a date, or reconcile with this person, but I'm super cautious about it. The moment I feel that it is not fair to me, or I'm being breadcrumbed, or I start losing a little money, I'm out. Because in the After Tarot deck, the individual is walking away in the Six of Pentacles. There are two people here, and one person's walking away. And so I feel like your whole thing is, okay, I'm going to try this, or get to know this person again, or try to learn whatever this new skill is. But the moment I feel like it's no longer happy, or doesn't have the potential to be happy, or I start losing money in it, or it's just not what I thought it would be, it's like you're telling yourself, I reserve the right to leave. I reserve the right to leave whatever this is. And so with Judgment to the Queen of Wands, it's like, that's a decision here that you're making. I did say if the opportunity would come forward, I would move on it. The opportunity has presented itself. I'm a little hesitant because of what's happened in the past, but in the interest of my own happiness, I'm going to do this. But again, I'm making the judgment call that if at any moment this starts feeling the way that Five of Pentacles used to feel, I'm out. And I think you're really pleased with this decision because you appear to be going very slow with whomever, whatever this is. And Empress to the Three of Cups, by the end of the month, you're like, I made the right choice, or I made the right decision here. And you seem to be proud of yourself about that. But then in March, you seem to waffle a bit again. Something here appears to occur between you and whomever, whatever this is, and you start second guessing. Death card, 3 of Swords, and the 8 of Cups. Should I just walk away from this? Because remember, in February, I reserve the right to walk away from something if it doesn't feel good. So I want to clarify a couple of things here for you, and then we'll take a look into March. But let's look at what is this offer or opportunity. See if we can narrow this down a bit for you. So can you clarify that Page of Pentacles? Since that card is on the table twice, and that seems to be what you're contemplating accepting and then deciding to move forward with. Clarify that Page of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Magician, the 10 of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. That's exactly what it is, Hierophant. So at some point in time, I don't know if you manifested this. You could have manifested the opportunity, but again, it's like, I really want this. If this were to come in, or I have the chance to do this again, I'm going to do it. And then it comes in, and 10 of Wands to the 5 of Swords, you're all up in your head like, oh boy, what if it ends up like last time? Tell me more about this. So I feel like this is just the internal process to you. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Devil, the Tower, and and that 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so what you end up deciding here is, that's interesting. So originally the offer comes in and you hold yourself back. I'm not going to jump on it. Maybe in the past I would have just said yes to the date, or yes to the reconciliation, or yes to the first job offer. This time around, I'm going to pause and contemplate, see what is in my best interest. And it's like I said, at some point in time, you asked for this, or you worked for this, or you applied for this, or you manifested this. But because you're a little up in your head about not wanting to experience the loss again, that seems to be the delay. And then you decide, I love the After Tarot deck, the Devil is, the individuals are unattached. Like typically what we see are 2 people chained to the podium that the Devil presides over. But in the After Tarot deck, the chains are broken here. And then we have the Tower to the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck is someone who's gone within. They've done the work, because typically what we see in the 5 of Pentacles, 2 people outside. And they're shivering, or they're out in the cold, and all they have to do is go inside and ask for help. But they typically don't. And it could be pride, or ego sometimes gets in the way, or they're just so buried in the loss that they're not even realizing they should seek help for whatever it is that they're experiencing. But in the After Tarot deck, you've gone within. So either you got help from someone else, or you went within, had a little dark night of the soul, because here you are, you're outside now. You got this big old sack behind, over your shoulder with all of these tools, or whatever it is that you need to bring you out from the cold. So in this moment where you're deciding, I'm going to move forward with it, you're basically, what you're saying here, in order to not lose myself again, or lose my money again, or in order to not feel rejected again, I'm going to re-engage or engage with whatever this is, but I'm detaching. Remember, that Devil card is detaching. I'm going to do it differently this time. This time, I'm not putting my heart on the line, or all my money on the line, or all of my hope on the line. So there's something here where, again, maybe in the past it was like a fool's rush in, and I'm going to do this. This Tower moment is actually, you're creating this tower internal to you. It's like a little pep talk. Okay, Scorpio, we're going to do this, or do this again. We're going to do it differently. We're going to detach from the outcome. And if I'm dating this person, I'm not throwing my heart all in. And if I'm reconciling with someone, even if it's a friend or a family member, I'm not putting my heart all in. That now I understand why you are so cautious here when you receive this offer. 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups, because at some moment in time, I'm going to have to decide whether this makes me happy and I'm staying in it, or I'm going to walk away from it. Because again, you're reserving the right to walk away from whomever or whatever this is. Okay. Again, I don't know who this could be for you. We have everything on the table here. But you seem to be quite pleased with yourself with this offer opportunity. But again, there's a cautiousness about you. Now, what is happening here in March? The only thing that I like looking at the cards that are already on the table is Death card, 3 of Swords to the 8 of Cups. This is you contemplating. I feel like something happens here and it's not a feel-good moment. And there's a feeling here, I should just end this, right? Before I feel this, I could just walk away. But then that Knight of Wands to the 4 of Cups here, to the 3 of Swords. In the After Tarot deck, the 3 of Swords, the heart is mended. So again, I feel like you waffle a little bit, but then you decide to stay in whatever this is. So maybe there's a blip with dating this person or reconciling with this person. Like maybe there's like a little issue here that comes up in March, but I still feel like you return back to the job or the friend or the family member, the friend group, like whomever, whatever this opportunity here is for you that you're connecting to. Can you clarify this more for March? I don't want you to spend the whole month of February saying, yeah, I'm moving forward with this and I'm so happy, but in March it's going to crash and burn. So let's see what this is for you in March. Tell me more about this for March. Clarify that. 3 of Swords to the 8 of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is clarified by the Page of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the 10 of Swords. Bottom of that King of Wands. Excuse me. Let's clarify this here. Look at you being cautious. So I'm going to be honest with you. Something happens here in the month of March, and you're a hair away from calling it off, whomever this is. And then you resist the ending. 7 of Wands to the 10 of Swords. You're like, hold on, I got to get a little more information. It's like you're catching yourself. Maybe I'm overreacting. I think that's why that 3 of Swords is mended so quickly. We go from heartbreak to it not being so wounding. So it could be us. I'm a Scorpio moon. It could be us because, again, our defenses are up. We're waiting for the letdown. We're waiting to lose the money. We're waiting to lose the job. You know what I mean? We're waiting for the relationship to fall apart or maybe even fall apart again. So the moment something happens in that Page of Wands, we get some kind of little communication. And then right away we're like, okay, I can walk away. And then it's like, no, wait a minute, pause. 7 of Wands to the 10 of Swords. Let's hold up on this. Because the Knight of Wands to the 4 of Cups, you're very quick to want to be like, I'm out of here. Because in the After Tarot deck, you're dumping out the cup. But then there's like very quick repair here. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. 8 of Cups, that's coming back around again in the After Tarot deck. 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Okay, so you end up staying with whomever or whatever this is. Yeah, Page of Cups, and bottom of the deck is the 2 of Cups. So it's partnership-based reading, but whether this is you and a boss, you and a business partner, you and a friend group, you get the gist there. You and a family member, or maybe a couple people in your family, or you and a romantic partner, whether it's new or your current person or a past person. We're going to have to see how the month rolls out for all of us. But yeah, if this were to come to me or come back to me, or if I had the opportunity for this, I would move towards it. Boom, there it is. And then you're like, oh shit, what do I do? And then the decision seems to be, I don't want to feel that ever again. So whatever this is that you're entering, you have some pretty high walls. I'm going to say like, I used to say in the readings, I don't know if I say it anymore, but 10 feet tall and bulletproof. And that's what it is. You're like, I'm going to build this 10-foot wall. I'm putting on the vest, right? Because I don't want to get hurt again. I don't want to have my heart break again, or I don't want to lose a lot of money again, or I don't want to get my hopes up high and then the rug gets pulled out from under me. So because you don't want to feel this again, you're moving so slowly and reserving the judgment to walk away should you experience any type of loss that's even slightly familiar of the past. There's a little trigger for you in March, and then you're quick to say, no, either, and I don't know what that's going to be for you. Maybe you misunderstood something, okay, because you're on high alert, high defensiveness. But whatever you're about to walk away from in March, you decide not to. That much I could tell you. So I don't think March is going to be that big of a deal when it comes to this offer, opportunity, or connection. Let's get you a couple oracle cards, and we'll close it out with kippers. One card here, please, for that top row. Okay. One card here for the middle row. Okay. And then let's get these also, and I'll read them to you in a second. One card here, please, for the top row. Wow. That's exactly what you're doing here. Okay, so you have visualized abundance in all forms. Remember that Magician card? So at some point in time, you manifested this or manifested the opportunity, and then you are facing your fear with Kali Ma here. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So you're taking a chance on whomever, whatever this is, and you're facing your fear that I could end up in the Five of Pentacles again, but I'm going to be way more guarded this time and reserve the right to walk away. You have quiet retreat. That's that hangman energy where I don't know if you saw my electricity just kind of like popped here, but that's that quiet retreat where you're going inward to decide, do I really want this? Because at some point in time, I said if it came through, I would accept it. So yeah, I do see you going here inward in order to make the decision. You have supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond your limitation and trust. And that's what you're doing. I'm going to trust not so much whomever this is or whatever this is. I think you're trusting yourself to say, this time around, if it's remotely close to what I remember, I'm out. And then you have organized for success. I do think you want to be successful with whomever, whatever this is, but you also don't ever want to feel the Five of Pentacles again. Higher learning, you have learned from the past experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. And that's what you're doing. I'm going to take it very slow, right? I'm going to study this, see how it goes, observe in order to further progress or decide whether or not I want to further progress with whomever or whatever this is. All right, we'll close it out with some kippers. So you're moving forward with this very cautiously and reserving the right to walk away. I might call your video that, reserving the right to walk away. Can we get 2 kipper cards here, please, for the top row? Yeah, that came out on the side. Middle row. And the last row. I'm going to take them the way they came out. Concern and official person. This is this individual who's providing you with this offer opportunity. They're the official person, meaning they're making the offer to you, and then you're sitting here concerned. Remember what I said, not sure if you're going to accept it or not. And then you have thief to the child card. And you're like, well, I could birth this or rebirth this connection, but I'm going to move very cautiously because it has 7 of Swords. I don't want to be taken advantage of again, or lose my shirt again, or be ghosted again, or abandoned again. So community to the coffin card, how interesting. Basically, you have the Death card and we have the 3 of Cups. So you are moving really slowly and you're reserving the right here. I mean, these came out kind of on the angle, whether or not you're going to continue participating in this or shutting the door on it at any time. So I like that you are making the choice. Look at that, the Lover's card, adjudication, and high honor. You're making the choice that as you embark on this journey, I'm going to call it a journey here, with this soulmate, with this contract that you have, that's sometimes how I see that adjudication card, you're going to hold yourself in high honor. That means you get to call the shots, right? And if you decide to walk away from this because it doesn't feel good, you're reserving the right to do that. I like this. You have thoughts, toil and labor, and great fortune. That's exactly what you're doing here. Okay, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to put in the effort or work with whatever this is or try to learn whatever this is, but this can go one or two ways. This is either going to be a great fortune or a total mistake. But either way, you're expecting, and this person, I believe, is expecting you to be the one to call the shots. Let me pull some cards on that because I get the feeling you're telling this person that, like, okay, we can go on, like, we'll go on vacation, but, you know, we're taking 2 different cars. Like, it could be something like that, because if I want to leave early, I'm going to leave early. Like, I'm not going to go in the car with you, and then I can't leave until you leave. You know, you want to go out on the date, fine, but let's go halves, you know, because I don't want to be told afterwards that I owe you anything. So I do feel, whatever this is, I kind of feel like you're informing them of this decision. Is that what Scorpio is doing? Are they informing whoever, or yeah, whoever this is, that they're reserving the right to walk away whenever they want? Tell me more about that. One more shuffle. Thank you. Yes, that's exactly what you're doing. King of Cups is you, whether you're masculine or feminine. The Lover's card and the 6 of Wands, 4 of Swords. That's exactly what you're telling this person. I reserve the right at any time, like, as long as this is going well, I'll keep doing this with you. But the moment it's not, 2 of Cups, and in respect to this partnership, I reserve the right to withdraw or pull away, or, you know, yeah, or back out of the deal, whatever this is for you. Anything else Scorpio needs to know? How about this person's response to that? One more shuffle here. Thank you. This person's response to that. King of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and the Moon. They're going to leave it up to you. Because in the After Tarot deck, the 2 of Swords is no decision. So this person, you're showing up in King of Cups. they're showing up in King of Pentacles. They don't have to be an earth sign, but they're seeing this as, I don't want to say a risk that you're taking, but like an investment that you're making on them, or to learn this skill or accept this job offer. Like I said, whatever, go out on the date or re-engage in the relationship. They are giving the decision to you that you, yes, like they're agreeing with you, that you have the right to walk away. The Moon card, they don't really like that they're doing that because they feel like they don't have any control about, you know, whether or not you're going to completely move forward with whatever this is or stay in the relationship. But they also have no choice in this either. Like if they want to engage in this relationship or partnership or whatever this is, they have to acquiesce to you. They're surrendering their vote here, or their right to say anything. Nine of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Six of Cups to the Judgment card. They're confident and a little cocky that you're going to be happy with the result and that you're not going to walk away. And that's another reason here where they don't really like putting all of this control in your hands. But at the same time, they're cocky enough to know, or at least to feel, that it will go in their favor and that you won't be walking away or turning down their offer. Or, you know, you won't stop dating them or something like that. That is what I have for you, Scorpio, for February 2026. It looks like you are fully in your power and you are reserving the right to walk away from whomever or whatever this is. They know it, they don't like it, but they're also confident or cocky enough to believe that you won't be doing that after all, because you will be happy with them or the offer they're presenting to you. That's what I have for you for February. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And don't forget to, I was going to say, check out the description box to learn how you can become a time traveler. You're already a time traveler. Anyway, since you're a time traveler, thank you very much for being a time traveler. I appreciate your support. Sometimes you rattle these endings off and they're just, I don't know, they just become habit. But anyway, thank you very much for your support. I hope that these readings help you with your journey. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.